Good day, all you beautiful dreamers, keepers, and reptile enthusiasts out there in TV land. Welcome to Sky's the Limit. I appreciate you all coming out tonight. Um, we're going ahead. Well, we only got one person out right now, and that is Mike Duvall. Thanks for coming out, buddy. I'm hoping more people come out tonight. But we do have Wiz is on tonight at 9:30, so I am going to try to make this a little bit shorter. I know last podcast kind of went a little bit long, but you know, Brad was a pretty awesome guest. Uh, so let's go ahead. Let me throw this up here because we are going to be talking 15 minutes at lame. Hey Eric, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Everybody out there that's been supporting me in the 15 minutes of lame. You guys have been doing awesome. Really keep up the great work. Um, we definitely can try to get this win under our belt. Let's go ahead and get it right into it because I did want to talk a little bit about the 15 minutes of lame, a little bit about everybody's breeding season and what their pairings are going to be. So we'll get within the 15 minutes of lame portion. Uh, Hold on a second. I'm getting real bad feedback from my headset. Is it giving you guys bad feedback or is it just on my end? That sounds a little bit better. But all right, so 15 minutes of lame so far has been going great. I really am enjoying the contest. It's been loads of fun so far. Um, Now I'm kind of partial about it because in one aspect, I got a bunch of reels already saved, made up, ready to be posted. But and I'm ready to post them. I want to post them, but at the same time, I don't want to overdo it and flood everybody's news feeds with nothing but my reels every single day. All every time you look at your phone, all you're getting is you know notification after notification after notification for one of my reels. What's going on, Brad? How you doing? What up, man? Watching and cleaning enclosures. Ain't that always fun? I actually just did that yesterday. And that last night I did a bunch of the enclosures, bunch of rat tubs. Now not next weekend, but the following weekend is my deep clean, and that where I normally go through every single tub, change out all the bedding, sanitize the entire rack, pull out the lids or the tops, and that of them, get all that sanitized. But as I was saying with the 15 minutes is like I have all these reels. I don't want to flood Facebook and Instagram with, reel after reel after reel after reel after reel where I'm burning everybody out. But some of the judges are telling us if we have stuff and we are, as they put it, sandbagging, don't sandbag because it might be too late by then. So should I post the reel now or should I like do a one a week, two a week, maybe three a week? I really like a little bit of insight on that. If you guys could help me out on that, because like I said, it's your guys' inboxes and your guys' news feeds that are getting blown up, not mine. So would you like to see more reels less often, or would you like to see them more often? Because like I said, I have quite a few of the 15 minutes of Lane's reels saved up, and I'm still making them as I'm going through. Um, Another thing, I want to give a big, big, big shout out to Steve Nelson for the support video that he just sent me recently. That is really awesome, man. I did reach out to him earlier in the competition asking. He did say he kind of wanted to stay neutral on it, so for him to throw that reel out to me for that's fucking awesome. So thank you very much, Steve Nelson. If you guys haven't, make sure you go over there and give him a follow on Area Nation or the Area Army. That's ARIA, Reptile I Am. And give him a follow on Instagram. Give him a like on his YouTube, and that he also has a little YouTube. Go subscribe to his YouTube as well. Um, this thing, what? There we go. That's a little bit better. I don't know. I might have to get another soundboard or a new set of headset because yeah, that was giving me some real bad feedback. Um, so then also with the 15 minutes of lame, I wanted to go over exactly how I feel about it. So I've been asking a lot of people what does the 15 minutes of lame mean to them, but I really never answered that question myself. Um, you know, and people's giving me some really great answers on what it means to them, but it's not what it means to me. I got great answers of like it's a great way of meeting people, a great way of networking. Um, Mike says, I will say go ahead and release some, Brian. It's okay if the notifications blow up. That's what good friends are for. Be there to look at them and watch. Well, thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it, man. And you've always been a great friend. The same with Eric and Brad. You all's been really awesome. Um, so now I kind of lost the train of thought. Oh, what the 15-minute people, if people is complaining, then well, yeah, like I always say, if you know, I'm not here, to make everybody happy because you can never make everybody happy. You can definitely try, you can definitely put toward a great effort, but in the end, nobody ever can make everybody happy. Um, but I just, with all my friends, and everybody that does support me, I do wanna know what their opinion is because I do value your guys' opinion, and I value your guys' time and that. So if you wanna see more reels, I definitely can post more reels. You be at the show tomorrow and release them. I like having some content to watch throughout the day. Exactly, brother. Keep it up. Well, thanks. Definitely will, man. I appreciate the feedback, guys. And Brad, tomorrow, yes, I will be at the BRM Expo. I am not vending, but I will be there for a good portion of the day, just hanging out, showing my support, showing my love to the reptile community. And that gets me back to what I was saying about what the 15 minutes of lane means to me. Like I said, a lot of people give great advice, great feedback on what it means to them. Like I was saying, great way of networking, great way of meeting other people, and that which is 100% true. It is a great way to meet people and push you out there to reach out to people that you normally wouldn't reach out to, and it makes a lot of good connections. But to me, what the 15 minutes lane means to me, honestly, is acceptance. Um, you know, not, how should I put this? As you guys see, I'm a very weird person. I'm kind of awkward. I don't fit in very many places. So when I was offered or asked to be part of the 15 minutes of lame, to me it was acceptance. It was saying that this hobby, this community is where I belong. This is what I should be doing with my life. Is what I should be dedicating, my passion to. Um, because I've always had the passion for the reptiles, but I never, put forth an effort into, let's say breeding or, contributing back into the reptile community. Um, so when I got offered the 15 minutes of lame, that was acceptance saying this is where I belong. So for me, like I said, it means acceptance, it means, family, honestly, because I don't only look at the reptile community as a community, I look at it as a family, and that's one thing that I wanna do if I am or let's say if I do win the 15 minutes of lame competition, I do want to try to push bringing the reptile community closer together, bringing it more as a family than a community, bridging these gaps between these breeders. Because right now I've noticed a lot of people clicking up in their little cliques. You have this little clique over here of ball python breeders, and you have this little clique of here over here of colubrid breeders. Then you have a little clique of over here of retic breeders, and I would like to bring all these people more together. And I don't think that's why I'm going into multi-species, but I do believe me going into the multi-species is going to help me bring these groups together. Because I was talking to some of these older guys that are been in this industry for 20, 30 years that have seen a lot, go through a lot. And one thing I've noticed a lot of them's been telling me a lot of the stories that they've told me is this clicking up, this individual groups, even the individual groups among ball python breeders, like this group's working this project, so they're not going to talk to this group over here, or this group's working that project, so they're not going to talk to this group over here. You know, there was none of that. A lot of these older ball or breeders that's been in this hobby for a while, they'll tell you like it was more hush hush on the breeding. It was more hush hush on the projects that they were working, but it was more of everybody was together. Everybody, when they went to hang out, it wasn't, oh, well, I'm going over here to this little clique or I'm going over to here to this little clique. Everybody hung out together. Everybody mingled together. It was more, of a unity thing, which with time and everything, it does seem like everybody started to separate, go their own little cliques and everything like that. So I would like to get that and bring it back to where it used to be, where everybody was a family. It was a tight knit community, and it was more family than community. Um, I'm also, if I do win the 15 minutes of lame, I want to push more positivity and motivation into the reptile community as well. Um, yeah, babe. Well, point and don't tell me nothing. Right. All right. That was weird.
Don't worry about it.
Shit, Brian, we are the normal people. Everyone else is weird. Yeah, you start thinking about it with in that maybe everybody else is weird, but like I said, it for me it was acceptance. It was saying this is a hobby that I belong in. Because I've done a lot of different hobbies, and that nothing that was this involved as the ball python breeding and breeding the reptiles and that, but it always seemed like, you know, this wasn't where I should be. This wasn't my niche. This wasn't me. I mean, I've tried all different kinds of things. Um, uh, for example, I've tried doing like little train hobbies. I've tried doing construction type hobbies. And little arts and craft type hobbies. All different little kinds of things, but no, everything just never fit. When I went into like the arts and crafts little expos, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like this was what I wanted to do. This was what I, you know, where I should be. And that once I started doing the ball pythons and then I started breeding them, started vending expos, and that it was like, that everybody just kind of welcomed me with open arms. My very first expo, every single one of the vendors around me just opened me or welcomed me with open arms, and it was like, okay, you know, maybe this is something I can be good at. And then, like I said, being invited into that 15 minutes of lane by Chris Eaton, that was an honor in itself, and it would just confirm that this is what I want to do. This is something that I'm going to take probably till I'm 120, 130. I mean, I'll retire from my normal paying job and probably continue doing the vending the expos, continue going to the expos. And like I was saying, I'm going to be out at the BRM Expo tomorrow in Finley, and that just to hang out, just to show my love, because I love this community. I love being out there. I love connecting with people, and that I love meeting all these amazing breeders, especially local amazing breeders. Hence, that's why I traveled all the way, to see Eric out there, in Chicago. I've traveled all the way to see you, Mike. I don't mind going and doing a little bit of traveling. Heck, I even traveled, where was the last one I just went to? It was the Show Me Reptiles out in Fort Wayne, I do believe. I went out there to go, see Gerald from, Forward Motion Reptiles, and went out there to see, Jeremy and Holly from Snakes for Memory. I don't mind traveling to go meet people because, I enjoy it. I enjoy that interaction. Let's see. Nowadays, some people are in it for the money, not to help others and communicate. I completely agree, Mike. I completely agree. I have had some people tell me not to get into it because I can't see. I told them, watch me, bro. Well, you know what, Mike? Just because you can't see, because see, you have your daughter that also helps you a lot with that IDing and describing what the animals look like to you, and that and you've taken it and done some amazing stuff. I've seen some of the stuff on your table when I went out and vended next to you. You have some really amazing stuff. Good shit, bro. You're great with everyone that came up to that, bro. Thank- To that table. No, you're good, Mike. I don't mind all the comments at all. Um, Hey, Sean, how you doing, buddy? Uh, no, nope. You're all right, Sean. I appreciate you dropping in, and anytime that you give me, I greatly appreciate. But yeah, like I was saying, it's acceptance for me, and if I do win, I want to push more of that into the reptile community. I want to push more positivity, more motivation for these newer breeders getting into the hobby, because I want to be able to show them the same love that was shown me when I first started vending, when I first started coming in. So that's kind of what the 15 minutes lane means to me. Also, with the competition, I also do believe that It it does pick some of the greatest breeders of the year. Um, if they didn't start out being the greatest breeder, by the end of this competition, they definitely are. The competition, allows you to look at your collection in a light that you might not have looked at it otherwise. It also gets some really big name people looking at your collection and also evaluating, and giving you tips and advice on your collection as well. Um, Not only that is it also helps with editing, photos and that, and like I said, and like other people said, is it gives it's a great way of reaching out to people that you wouldn't reach out to. So with like the editing and the doing all the reels, so you're constantly learning, you're constantly kind of evolving in what you're doing. So by the end of the competition, if you haven't learned something, if you haven't progressed in one field or another, then there wasn't no point of you doing the competition. Especially if you're participating in the competition, because there is a lot of people that are in the competition right now that I haven't seen any reels from. I haven't seen really anything from any post, anything. So if you're not participating, then of course you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to evolve. You're not going to grow as a breeder. But if you're participating in the competition and that then you're constantly learning from the reels, because the other competitors, they're going to critique your reels. They're going to tell you, "Hey, this is looks like crap," or they're going to tell you, "Hey, I would have done this instead of this," or I would have put a cut here instead of where you put the cut, and I would have added this in. So they're constantly pushing you to be better. So by the end of the competition, yeah, I do believe it picks the one of the best breeders, because by the end, that breeder that is already killing it is now going to be killing it 10 times more, because they have, a handful of people telling them, "Hey, this could be better," and not just, a handful of common regular people. I'm talking about a handful of big names like Steven and Courtney from Leviathan. You go and look at Steven's stuff. He is a master editor. He's a master at what he does. Then you got High Desert, Antoine from High Desert. You look at his collection. He's killing it with his collection. He's killing it with his breeding plans, so he's helping. Then you got Shane Kelly from Small Town Exotics, helping and critiquing you. And he look at his stuff and that he's breeding, he brought out the Calico and that. So he's killing it. Yeah, yeah. Go make sure you guys hit that like button. I got you a real bro. Keep pushing and I will keep pushing with you. I greatly appreciate it, Sean, man. You definitely have been helping out a lot with the promotion or the support videos and everything. I definitely really appreciate all that help that you've been given, and that hence why, I have no problem with being one of the Patreon members. And if you guys haven't, go check out Sean's Patreon. He got some really awesome content over there. I'm not going to leak any of it. You're going to have to go and subscribe to his Patreon to check it out. He got some really amazing videos over there. If you haven't already, make sure you also give him a like, and go check him out on Instagram as well. Follow him on Instagram. He got some really amazing stuff on Instagram, but make sure you guys go check out his Patreon, man. Killer stuff. Um, yeah, that's SJX Exotics. Also another member of Billy's Patreon group. Um, Yeah, no problem, Mike or, Sean, no problem. Hey, Sean O'Connor, how you doing tonight? Thank you for dropping in. I greatly appreciate it. So, and like I said, was saying, so yeah, with by the end of the competition, if with all the amazing people that are critiquing your collection, that's critiquing your business, that's critiquing your reels, and that if you can't. And if you like I said, especially if you're participating in the, competition, and if you don't learn something by the end of it, if you don't progress, if you don't evolve, if you don't become better as far as your reels, your breeding plans, the way that you even look at your business, aspect of what you're doing, and that, then, like I said, what was the point of you being in the 15 minutes lane? Hence why I am participating, because I want that, knowledge. I want that, people critiquing me because I'm being evaluated by some of the best in the industry, guys. So, like I was saying is, we have Steven and Courtney, we got Antoine, we got, Shane Kelly, and then you also have Paul from Large Mars Morphs, and then you have the man himself, that's hell, he's been doing it for God knows how long, been doing the podcast for 8 years, he knows a thing or two, he's seen some things go down, and he's the fat man himself, Chris Eaton. He's critiquing our reels. He's critiquing our collections, and that and like I said before, in his own Chris Eaton type of way, he's given every single one of us some kind of advice along the way to help us. And it might not be advice directly like, hey, look, here's a bit of advice. Let me tell you da 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 da. No, it's in his own way. You got to kind of pay attention to what he's saying in here, key example. He made a little reel talking about podcasters and taking pictures and and stuff like that. Um and he goes over about, if you're going to do a good podcast, invest in yourself, get a good mic, and in his way, and a lot of people, will take it as, oh well, he's making fun of him, he's poking fun at him, he's just being joking around and everything. But if you read between the lines, if you actually know how Chris Eaton is, and that he's actually given that advice of, hey, if you want to do this, actually do it right. You know, invest some money into a nice camera, invest some money into a subscription, invest into yourself, you know, and that's the advice that he's given. But like I said, it's in his own Chris Eaton type of way. So you have him also judging the 15 minutes of lame, and I mean, grant his opinion don't count for any part of the vote or towards any of if you win or lose. It's just his opinion. But his opinion in itself should be taken with as to the bank. I mean, it's very valuable, and that's something that you should not just discard, especially if you read between the lines and you actually pay attention to what he's saying. Um, so with that, I'm gonna kinda wrap up the whole 15 minutes of lame thing. Hey, Shauna, how are you? Alright, so with that, we're going to go ahead and get into, breeding plans for next season. We already talked about our breeding plans for this season, pairing up the lavenders and going with the dreamsicles. We talked about the, Austral projects and everything. But so breeding for the next future or breeding for the future, I'm hoping this year to hit the dreamsicles, and that I did pick up a boy that I planned on putting to him. I picked up a VPI clown visuals that I plan on putting to my lavender clown or lavender het pied girl next season. Hoping to make, of course, it's all going to be triple hets. But I am going to have to test for the pied because I am going to be looking to make those quad hets. Working towards that holding or the perfect storm project. Uh, Justin Canova actually just posted a video not too long ago. I think it was earlier today. I will have to double check, but I do believe it was either today or yesterday. Where he's over at the bunker over in the UK, I do believe it is, or Europe or wherever it is. I'm not 100% sure, but they were kind of he was going over some of his favorite animals and that well, no, I'm sorry, hold on. I'm gonna have to correct myself because I think this was, the video that he just did where he was at the expo because it was from Dutch Dreams that, but Justin just put it out. It's let me Go like this. Do. Go through my watch history. Yeah, 7 hours ago, at well, I ain't even going to try to pronounce this, but out there at one of the expos out there. But yeah, he just posted it earlier today. But there is he stops at, I do believe it's called Dutch's Dreams, and he shows off one of their snakes, and which is one of the projects that I am shooting towards. It hasn't been made here in the States that I know of. This is actually the first time I've actually ever seen it, but it's a Xanthic G stripe clown, triple visual. Looks amazing, one of the projects that I'm working. So it was actually really awesome to be able to see it, not in person, but on video to get an idea of where this project that I'm working is going to be going. The only difference than what he showed in the video that I am working is I'm trying to put hypo into that mix as well and make the hypo VPI G stripe clown. Um, so if you haven't, go check out that video so you can get an idea of one of the projects that I'm working. So that is one of the ideas of getting the visual VPI clown is to put it in with the hypo G stripes. Um, what are your guys's pairings or plans for this season or next season? Say, I know Mike has some amazing breeding plans, and I'm sure Sean has some amazing breeding plans as well. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but remember, Wiz Constrictors is having his podcast tonight at 9:30. So make sure you guys go and tune in for that. And I do believe tomorrow night is the lamest chat at 7. Yeah, Sean says, I got a GHI hypo, might be going to an OD Fire G stripe. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Oh, and talking about I remember that mail that you were talking about when we were talking about maybe doing a collab, Sean, and that you got from Billy. So that mail really reminds me of my mail here that I got from Billy, which I don't know if you can see it, but he's a black pastel Enchi orange dream lesser hypo het clown. So, and I think the only difference between the mail that you got from Billy and the one that I got is I think I got the black pastel, and I think you got something else besides the black pastel, didn't you? But pretty much the same thing. Lamus has Darien for Sloan Morse on tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. There you go, guys. So we make sure you go over there tomorrow night. Tune in. That's going to be a really amazing show. You know, I'm going to be over there in the chat and that showing my support and showing my love. And that even though he is one of the people I'm competing against and he is killing it, he is killing it in the polls. Him and Charlie from Reagan Renee. So if you haven't went and checked either one of them out, go and check them out as well. But the big one is Enchi Fire Lesser Odie Hypo Het Clown to a pastel double het Hypo Clown. Ooh, nice. Some Enchi Fire Lesser OD Hypo Clowns. Ooh, maybe even pastel. I don't know if I want the pastel in there, especially with the fire and the lesser, because the fire and the lesser is already brightening it up. The OD is going to bring in some nice color, But with that pastel, I don't know if I want the pastel exactly in it. But still it's gonna be killer combo. And here is the link, you guys wanna go vote for Brian real quick. Say there should be the link right there scrolling across the bottom. Now, guys don't have to vote for me. I do encourage you to vote for me, but there is some amazing people in the competition right now, so you vote for your favorite breeder and that, which should be me. But like I said, there's Charlie from Reagan Renee, there's Salome or Darian for Salome Morse, you got Lenny from Demonic, you got Crystal from Gecko Diva, you got Tag from Tags Pythons or Tag White from Tags Pythons. I mean, I know there's people that I'm missing. You got Tito Vargas from Tradesman Exotic, which he's not even working with ball pythons. I do believe he's working with tree boas or tree pythons, emerald trees. I'm not sure, one of the two, but I seen some posts from him of some babies that he just had and some amazing, beautiful, beautiful animals that he's producing. So I mean, we have some really good competition in the 15 minutes to lame today or this year. So you don't have to vote for me. Vote for your favorite one, but it should be me. But like I said, never mind, it doesn't let me put it. I don't have permission to put a link. Shauna, you keep forgetting that this ain't the Fat Man Nation, but hon, yeah, I should actually give you permission for stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, if you go in, type it in your browser, the link that I got scrolling across the bottom, you go up to the right hand corner. There's two little bars. Click on them two little bars. It'll pull down a little drop down menu. Scroll down to where it says 15 minutes lane. Vote in the 15 minutes lane. Click on that. It'll take you to another page. I mean, I know I make it a little bit hard, but I like hard work. If it wasn't hard, then why would we be doing it? Because if it wasn't hard, everybody'd be doing it. And that's how I see it with breeding. If breeding was easy, everybody'd be doing it. So I like putting in that hard work. I like putting in that determination. I like to dream big. So Ryan, I'll get my daughter to do it for me. I'll go to be up at 5 till brother. All right, Mike, you have a great night, man. Have a good night. Sleep well. Hopefully you have a great day tomorrow. If you're in the area, like I said, I will be out in Finley, showing my support, showing my love to the reptile community. I'm not vending, but I will be out at the BRM Expo hanging out. Um, well, I'm going to see them. Oh yeah. By the way, my wife said happy Thanksgiving, everyone, because I probably won't see you until the following Saturday after Thanksgiving. Um, so if I don't, and if you ain't following me, because I'm sure I'm going to post a reel on Instagram and Facebook, wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving as well. You going to Tinley this spring? I do plan on trying to go to Tinley this spring. If I can get the time off of work, with me having to, well, oh, update about the whole job place closing their doors in March. They're still closing the doors in March, but I shouldn't have to worry too much about finding another job or anything. My union did come by and confirm to all of us employees that they're going to job place us, and they're going to try to job place us in a position that was matching our current position. So not so much of what we're doing, but as far as pay, hours, and so on. So I should be good on that. So yeah, but if I can get the Friday off of work, I definitely will be trying to go to the Tinley this spring. If I don't get that Friday off of work, I definitely will at least make it up there for one day. And that just so I can go up there and hang out, say hey to everybody. Because like I said, just enjoy being in the community. I love it, networking with people, getting to catch up with old friends, getting to catch up with new friends, getting, just to say, "Hey, how's everybody doing? Happy Thanksgiving, gobble to you, wobble," and that all good stuff. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, so like I said, I'm sure I'm gonna post something right before Thanksgiving, wishing everybody a Thanksgiving. But if I don't, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. So that's pretty much my breeding plans. I do plan on trying to make a bunch of these expos. Hopefully all the girls go for me and they all start laying. I'm pretty sure they're all going to go for me, and that I am going to be trying to vend Schaumburg this year. Um, so that's going to be a huge thing for me. I do know the right around the first of the year, we're going to be upgrading our banners. We're going to be upgrading our displays. We're going to be upgrading our shirts and that. I want to try to get more of a uniform professional shirt for our vendors. I'm going to be upgrading our tablecloth. Pretty much I'm revamping my entire setup and redoing everything. Not saying that my old display or anything was bad, but I do wanna upgrade everything and change over to the new, logo like I've been saying, and I also want things to be a little bit more professional, hence why I don't get me wrong, I love the T-shirts and that, but I want something a little bit more professional, especially if I'm gonna wanna start doing places like I said, I wanna do Schauenberg, I wanna start doing more show me reptile expos. um, I wanted to do more of the bigger expos like the Jacksonville or Fort Wayne, Bloomington. I want to kind of get out and start doing more. Um, are you going to next level? I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to do next level or if I'm going to go with the ARS. The ARS has uh the colored ones, so I can kinda do a theming with it, to match my table and everything, but I do like the next levels mic because the next levels have that built-in heat to it. Um, I'm wondering if I can get a hold of either well, I don't think ARS does it, but Next Level might, but see if I can't get a hold of them and see if they can't custom design me a, display where the LEDs or the lighting bar is inside the display and not over top of it. Because I really don't like the way when the lighting bar or the light bars over top of the displays, it creates that glare. So I want to try to even if I have to customize it myself, I might do that as well. But I do know I want to upgrade. I want to be more professional. I like the animal plastics and that, so I might also stick with the animal plastics. Just purchase maybe 2 or 3 more of them, so I have more of a fuller look on my table when I do vend instead of just the one single one like I have. So but I do like I said, I'm wanting to upgrade everything, switch everything over to, the new design, the new logo. I am going to be also getting the LLCs and that, so I will be making it official company, starting the 1st of the year as well, and that's gonna be a big step. I'm finally gonna pull the trigger on that one and get the LLCs, and that, I think that's gonna really help with taxes and, a couple other things that I'm not able to do with just filing as a sole proprietor. Um, so, yeah, that when I do that, I'm gonna make a big announcement on that. because I really want to see that Sky High Morphs LLC. And that's kind of why I'm holding off on getting the new banner. That's why I'm kind of holding off on getting the new, tablecloths, the new shirts and the new uniforms and everything for when we're vending, because I do want to get that LLC behind it. Um so, and like I said, I just want to, I think it's going to look real nice. Um, but with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight because, like I said, um, I do want to make sure I catch Wiz's podcast. It's going to be coming on here in about a half an hour, uh, half hour, 45 minutes. It is scheduled for 9:30. So make sure you guys head over there, check them guys out. Make sure you also subscribe to their channel. Make sure you leave them a like. Make sure tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, the lamest chat over at the Fat Man Nation. Make sure you tune into that. That's going to be an awesome show. And let me go ahead and do like this. And we're going to go ahead and play our 15 minutes lame. And so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this podcast as well, guys. I noticed that half of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. It would really help if you do. Maybe 6 to 7 subscribers away from hitting 100 subscribers. That would be awesome. So all the help on that as well will help. So let me go ahead and play this.
15 minutes of
Do the kids help at all?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And what's Holly's job in this whole thing? Brian, you can answer that because you're fucking shaking there. You're like addicted to fucking talking. I see you like fucking.
Yes, he is.
You want to talk? So go ahead.
15 minutes of lame.
All right, guys. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And remember, with hard work, determination, and positivity, your guys' dreams can true. Sorry, your guys' dreams too. Wow, what's wrong with me? Your guys' dreams can too become a reality. And you guys have a great night.